breaking news for those that are using text messaging for political purposes. So T-Mobile just came out with their code of conduct, V2, it's September 2020, and they specifically mention political campaigns and one thing that all political campaigns must do. So I'm going to read from the screen here. To run a political messaging campaign on the T-Mobile network, so if you want to send messages to T-Mobile customers, you have to follow these rules. A special registration and third-party verification check is required. This process is required to ensure authenticity of the political candidate or entity. So, and then they say confirmation of vetting through Campaign Verify. What is Campaign Verify? It's a nonprofit. You can go check it out. It's campaignverify.org. And essentially what they're doing is they're making sure that campaigns, organizations, presidential, legislative candidates, PACs, committees, they are who they say they are. So you don't want somebody registering, for a committee but not being the committee. So that's what campaignverify.org is doing. Now, they say right here, if you want to run a political messaging campaign on the T-Mobile network, that I would believe would be, short codes, long codes, 1-800 phone numbers. But from what I've heard, this currently is only being applied to 10-digit phone numbers. So regular type phone numbers. Short codes currently, from what I'm hearing, are being, essentially pushed out to maybe 2021. They're saying eventually, this is going to be standard for any kind of messaging. But from what I'm hearing, right now it's only 10-digit phone numbers. Now, this is super interesting because this is the first wireless carrier that has come out publicly and said, if you are a political candidate, group, super PAC, whatever it is, and you want to run on our network, you have to use campaignverify.org. I do not think any other wireless carrier has publicly come out and said, this is what we want you to do. Now, I'm hearing, from my sources that a lot of carriers do want people to use, or, political groups want them to use campaignverify.org, but they have not publicly come out and said it yet. This is interesting because T-Mobile has publicly come out and said it. So super interesting. Again, from what I'm hearing, this is only affecting 10-digit phone numbers. Now, I do believe in the future, maybe 2021, the carriers will say, okay, now we want all phone numbers, short codes, 1-800, long codes, 10 DLC phone numbers to register on campaignverify.org if you're doing political messaging. Right now, though, it's only the 10-digit phone numbers they want. So super interesting, breaking news for anybody doing political messaging. If you're doing political messaging on a 10 DLC or a regular phone number, this pretty much spells it out. T-Mobile is a huge wireless carrier in the United States. You have to do this. Campaignverify.org. You got to go register. Even if it's only T-Mobile that is requiring this, T-Mobile represents such a big percentage of the market that you have to be able to message these people. So if you want to be able to message these people, you have to go to campaignverify.org, verify who you are and the phone number you're using so that T-Mobile can know the difference between commercial traffic and political traffic. So again, this is the T-Mobile Code of Conduct version 2.0, came out in September 2020 right now. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, leave a comment below. I would love to talk to everyone. Let us know what you think and if you've heard anything different. All right, thanks everyone.